All right, here I am again. Another Branson video. And this is a little bit of a video to response to a question I had from forgive me if I mispronounce the last name, Jim Moschetz. He asked me about uh, tire chains in the wintertime on the Branson 2610. How does it get around the snow? And as you can see, here it is, June in Alaska, and kind of an odd time to be talking about wintertime stuff. There's not a lot of snow here. There's Kratos. He's my shop dog. So we'll get to that just here in a minute. As you can see here, literally just got done. I got a bunch of 3/4 inch crushed clean gravel coming in to next few days to do this part of our drive back to the backside of our property and everything. Just got a few loads for our driveway up there. You probably just barely see it up there past the boat and everything alongside the house and everything. But doing a little prep work with the rear blade, which will actually go into what I'm about to talk about, a little bit of wintertime stuff with the Branson 2610H, and going to Jim's question about tire chains. So, Jim, I know I responded to you and everything. It's kind of hard to really put everything into perspective and everything when it comes to traction in the wintertime and tire chains on any vehicle. I've actually had pretty good luck of running this thing in the wintertime without any tire chains. Let me say that again, without any tire chains. Now, I've had some other equipment. I've been into warehousing and logistics for quite a long time, for close to 30 years now, and having to actually run forklifts outside and everything. Tire chains in the wintertime are almost a must unless you're a very talented individual. And before I got this, for running on the property here, and video doesn't do it justice and everything, that everything here is on a hill. Prior to getting the Branson here, I had a Case 580M backhoe that I inherited from my dad when he passed away, and it was 4-wheel drive unit. It was a really nice unit and everything, way bigger than the Branson here, and it did a really good job of pushing snow, but it was almost mandatory on having tire chains on it for wintertime operations on this property with the hills. And even at that, it was actually pretty sketch on running it with some of the off-camber situations and everything that we have here and everything. At my parents' property where they were living at and everything was flat, and it actually worked pretty well without any chains, but I put chains all the way around it, and it, trust me, it was actually quite sketch and everything. But some of those backhoes with the hoe off the back, they can get pretty tippy feeling with all the higher center of weight, which you don't get with a with a significantly smaller tractor. Now, that being said, I have yet to put a set of chains on this in the wintertime. I've had it for, let's just say, 1.5 winters and everything. Now, some of that might actually be... Now, well, hold on. Let me back up just a little bit. Typically, these kind of tires like this don't do super well in snow and ice and everything, but it's actually really surprised me. Maybe it's just the compound of the rubber of these tires that are on this particular unit and everything. I don't know. One of these days I'm definitely going to end up having to invest in a set of chains for it, though. It would definitely make things easier 85% of the time, I haven't had a problem with it. But there's been multiple times where it'd been nice to have chains on it. I have a side-by-side too, that if things get real sketch and everything, I end up doing a lot of the rough out on snow removal in the wintertime with it, and then come back through actually with the Branson here and do a lot more cleanup with it, because I can stack snow with it. Or if I'm on a downhill grade, like coming down through there, I can start at the top of the hill and everything, and just the way of the tractor and the hill and everything pushes through. But it can be at times a little bit of a chore working your way back up. You definitely have to dig your way out. You have to think about what you're doing and everything. On flat ground, probably be a little bit different. No, Jim in his comments and everything said he's on some pretty flat ground, if I remember right, in Wisconsin and everything. Yeah, on flat ground, it's not going to do too awful bad. Now, if you get like a foot and a half of snow, it's going to struggle a little bit. You're going to have to think about what you're doing. You're going to have to actually work and kind of dig your way through stuff, but it's not going to just go bombing through 2 foot of snow without a problem. But for these particular tires that came on my particular Branson, let me see where I know they're the Tritons. I can't remember the design of that tread pattern. I know it's more like the mix between the ag and industrial pattern and everything. Real common with a lot of heavy equipment. But it does seem to do pretty good. It actually surprised me how well that Case 580 that I mentioned that I'd had at one point in time, it had the same tread tires all the way around. And that thing on hills and everything was thing may as well have been on roller skates. I ended up putting tire chains all the way around on it, and it still was real sketch feeling. This thing is actually pretty solid feeling. It definitely works well as far as in the snow with these particular tires. And let me roll back just a little bit. I do not have any liquid counterbalance weight in the rear tires at all. This is literally how it rolled off the proverbial showroom floor. But let me go into a little bit of tire chains and everything too. If you are living someplace where, if you look at this ground here, it has a real high clay content, and actually it's pretty solid right now and everything. Tire chains can be used in multiple seasons other than winter. This kind of clay ground and everything, for me running dirt bikes and ATVs and everything over the years, if it gets really compacted down and gets a little bit of water on it, it can turn into snot. Literally turn into snot, slick like you wouldn't believe. You may as well be on wet ice and everything. So tire chains, even in the summertime, if you, depending on your ground conditions and everything, can definitely be beneficial as well, even in the summertime. So don't just think that tire chains are a wintertime thing. They can be quite literally an all year round thing. So far, like I said, I haven't had any. I haven't bought a set of chains for this. It's working okay. One of these days I'll probably end up investing in a set and everything, just safety wise and everything. It'd be really good, especially when you're working on it coming down hills like this, and you have a period where the weather warms up in the middle of winter, everything starts thawing, then it cools off, and everything turns into a sheet of ice, which is ironically enough why I bought this. So while we're talking about wintertime stuff too, this rear blade, I bought it last fall. There was a gentleman that had it posted on one of the local classifieds listings, for a really reduced price from what they are MSRP and everything. And I actually bought it so I could do some ditching, because since you can actually angle it, you can see the angling positions somewhat right there. Yes, hi Kratos. And that was actually one of my more purposing reasons, because I have a lot of, for buying it, because I have a lot of water running down uncontrollably sometimes in the springtime, so I was wanting to do some ditching and everything. But this rear blade has proven to be I can't say it how useful it has been over the past winter and everything, for removing snow and everything, especially for getting up next to the garages and the house, and doing kind of a final scrape and everything. It definitely, you can't really so much as use it as a primary, like say you get a foot dump of snow and everything. I mean, you're going to end up having to use your bucket or a snow pusher, or actually what I end up using, I'll take a quick walk over here. I have a Yamaha 2021 R-Max that, there's the 60-inch blade that I'll use as my primary snow pusher, and I'll actually take the Branson out and then use it for cleaning up after the R-Max and stacking snow up a little bit taller and everything. Yeah, when your property is all on a hill and everything, you got to think about in the spring when everything melts, and where it's going to run off at. So yeah, that's my take on tire chains and everything. Definitely, I get them around with them just fine, but I would definitely recommend them. And I would also recommend them depending on your soil type that you deal with in the summertime, because some soil types can get quite slippery if you have a real high clay content, like I said, and it's really highly compacted. And just as a side note for anybody that might be thinking about, well, long-term usage on a Branson 2610H. Let me turn the key on here, see if you can see. 287.8 hours as of right now, and I've been running the thing all afternoon. No hiccups, no problems. It's running pretty good. I'm really happy with the thing. It's been a pretty damn good unit and everything. I still have yet to address the front portal seals. Down in here where this pivot point is with the steering and everything, one of them is leaking. You can probably see kind of my seals, dust seals and everything off my tie rods are pushed all out and everything. I have yet to actually do anything about them yet. I just check the fluid, make sure it's full. But that's about the only thing that I've had an issue with. And apparently, according to my local dealer and everything, that Branson had a tech update come out on those seals saying that it had to do with not having enough counterbalance on the back end and putting too much stress on them when you have a bucket full of material. I had one comment kind of debating that on one of my videos. It makes somewhat sense to me, but if the dealer's saying that and Branson's telling them that, Branson has a few more dollars into R&D than what I have into usage of the thing. But in any case, figure I'd do a little quick video because I figured it was a really good question. Jim, shout out to you on asking it. And if you guys got any more questions about the thing, like, share, subscribe. I'll probably be posting some. I know I had one video out there that I had on, actually, to do with my boat up there. Kratos doing a high-speed pass here. I got a follow-up video I haven't posted yet, and then I got a follow-up video I need to do for a follow-up video on that, because the boat almost left us stranded at one point in time. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks.